I'm finally starting a booktube after saying that I was going to do it for years and not. I have filmed a couple of videos in the past that I started editing and then just chickened out on posting and just never got to it, so yeah, I'm facing yet another summer of unemployment. I have nothing to do between now until September, apart from cry over my terrible art abilities. So I decided I'm going to stream about books into the void. What better way to start with the Booktube Newbie Tag, which I believe everyone kind of does when they start this. So yeah, got all the questions on my laptop, so if you see me looking down, that's where that's coming from. But yeah, let's just get started. Why did you start this channel? I started this channel because I read a lot of books and I have so many thoughts and theories on stuff that I want to discuss, and not many of my friends read the same kinds of books I do, and I don't really want to like bombard them and be like, go read this just so I can gush. So I'm going to scream to the void of the internet and hope that somebody replies. I also love watching booktube videos myself, and I've always been curious about like making them and like contributing to the community and the discussions and stuff. Yeah, that's more or less my reason. What are some fun and unique things that you could bring to booktube? There's really nothing unique. I will just be adding to the number of people on here that are just gushing about books and whatnot. Yeah, literally nothing unique. I just want to gush about something. I mean, I guess one of the reasons why I am starting this is that like some of my favourite books I just never see talked about, and I kind of just want to, you know, be one of those people that talks about them, so that at least maybe I can encourage other people to read them, boost the authors, boost the series and stuff, and hopefully, you know, find other people who've also read these books that want to talk about them with people who've read the books and stuff, and yeah. I get excited about lots of different stuff, so hopefully it'll be like a really fun channel where I just kind of geek out about all the things that I love, and not just books but maybe like shows and cartoons, and we can talk about like book to movie adaptations and whatnot, and just I might do some art stuff as well because I do draw a lot, so yeah. I do enjoy most things that I read. Like there's very few books that I dislike, so I'm hoping that this will just be a sort of fun, positive place where I can just get excited about books. What are you most excited about with this new channel? Just being able to gush about all my favourite books and not feel like I'm annoying anybody, and hopefully get some responses from people. Why do you love reading? Same reason anyone does really. It's entertaining, it's fun, imaginative, it's creative. I read mostly fantasy, so you know, that in itself is such a creative and unique genre, because especially if it's you know, high fantasy where you're going to completely different worlds that just, you know, worlds that people have just come up with all on their own, with cultures and religions and societies and just stuff that just, it's just so creative and imaginative, and I just love following all these characters in this new place and learning as much as I can about all these worlds, whilst, you know, there's also usually a really gripping plot that you're just like, you know, can't wait to find out what happens and how it's going to end. What book or series got you into reading? I've always sort of read growing up. My mum always had basically like every single Enid Blyton book, so I read all of those. So Famous Five, Secret Seven, Mallory Towers, St. Clair's, I read all of those, and just, yeah, as I sort of just grew up, I just kept reading. So when I was about 10, I got given this book by my teacher called Measle and the Wrath Monk, and I loved that series. It was so weird, it was so fun, and just even from there, I just always used to go to the library and pick out loads of different fantasy books. I also got given The Chronicles of Ancient Darkness by Michelle Paver, which is one of my all-time favourite series. I have such nostalgia for that book. And yeah, and just, yeah, like I said, just from there I've just kind of always read and always just been given books growing up, and always, my parents always encouraged me to read, so I've just always been a pretty avid reader. What questions would you have for your favourite booktubers? I don't really know, because a lot of the questions I would have, they kind of all answer a lot of the time. I guess how do you do this without it becoming a chore or it ruining your reading experience? Because that's the absolute last thing I want, is for this to infringe upon my reading and my enjoyment of reading. I'm not going to be taking this like super seriously. I'm not looking to make money from this. I'm just looking to gush about my favourite books and not feel like I'm annoying anybody. So I'm hoping that I don't fall into that sort of, you know, trap that a lot of, I think, people feel, where, you know, it becomes a chore, it becomes really difficult, they therefore feel like they can't read anymore. Like, that would be my only question, is how do you avoid that? But like I said, I'm hoping that just naturally I won't be able to fall into that hole, since I'm not looking for this to be anything more than just somewhere for me to gush about all my favourite books. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be hardest to overcome? Probably just if nobody responds. If I just feel like I'm just talking into the void of the internet and no one's replying. So please comment, and even if it's just, I hate this book, and we can just talk about how, you know, we have differing opinions and things, you know. Yeah, probably if there's no interaction at the start and I'll just feel like I'm talking to myself, but hopefully 1 or 2 people will respond. Even if just 1 person responds to like one of my videos, I will be happy. Where do you read? Just in my flat before I go to bed. Sometimes I'll take, if I'm out and about for like a coffee by myself, I'll take a book with me so I'm like doing something. But no, if I'm in the mood to read, and if there's a particular book that I'm hooked on at the time, I will just read it, because usually I can't concentrate on anything else until I'm done with that book. That happened to me when I was reading Rule of Wolves, because I just got so invested. Despite the fact that I didn't actually really end up enjoying that book so much, but we'll get to that later. What kind of books do you like to read? As I mentioned already, I read almost exclusively fantasy. I guess I just like the escapism, and as I said, I like the world building. I like learning about magic and just new peoples and cultures and religions, and, you know, old cool world building-y stuff, you know, what. And like I said, I like escapism, you know, I don't want to hang it in our world sucks. There's no magic here. And that's all the questions. Thank you for listening to me ramble. I'm hoping to get into a good routine of like posting wrap-ups and reviews and things. I've finished with university for the term, so I've got nothing to do until September, and judging from the amount of jobs that are not getting back to me for my applications, I will probably have nothing to do until September. So I'm hoping to sort of get into a good routine of things and post not just book content, but maybe like cartoons and stuff. I'm almost finished watching Chore and the Princess of Power, and I'm obsessed with it, so I'm like, you know, geek out about that. I want to do some stuff about, you know, the recent Shadow and Bone adaptation that's come out and things. So yeah, stick around, there might be some interesting-ish videos, I guess. Anyway, bye!